Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
We are in for a really special treat today. The Snuneymuxw First Nation dance group is here getting ready to perform for us today. Honor for one of Canada's oldest working actors, a former Nanaimo boy becoming David Bowie, and a gateway to Strathcona Park. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. The Snuneymuxw First Nation dance group formed about 4 years ago. Back then they started out with only 5 members. They're up to more than 30 now. Now the group that performs consists of the youngest being 6 years old, and then the oldest of the youth portion of the group up at about 19 years old. But then there's also adults and elders that also participate. It's about more than just dance. It's about passing on knowledge and tradition. And we're going to explore some of that today on Go Island. But first, one of the oldest working actors in Canada has been made a member of the Order of Canada. It is an honor bestowed upon Anthony Holland for his lifetime dedication to theatre. Always very interesting to spend time with Anthony. Congratulations and thank you very much, Annette. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Thomas Jones was instrumental in forming the Snuneymuxw First Nation dance group about 4 years ago. What was the purpose when it started?
The original start of the group was through a language program that was happening in our community. And it was just the desire to learn the language and to go on even further. When we were finished with the language class, the people wanted a reason to keep gathering, so we decided, okay, we'll start a group. It was really a medicine for our family. There was a lot of things that were going on in our family at that time, losses of some of our elders and some of the leaders in our families. And we needed something to strengthen our path and to give us something to walk proud with, and this is instrumental in that.
And I think part of that strengthening is the passing on from the elders' participation through the adults and to the youth, and that's a big part of what you're doing too, is sharing traditions amongst family and then passing that on to the public as well.
That's right, yep. It's always been so important that traditional values, lessons are passed down through song and dance and story, and there was no better way to do it than to bring together the elders and the youth to keep that tradition alive and keep it going well. So, this was no different from probably before contact. It just in the same way we're bringing them together to look after one another and pass down those traditional values. It gives them a strong foundation of who they are and where they come from. And I think anybody in this world who is aware of that in their life walks with a sense of pride and honor, integrity, and respect. And I think that's what this group offers to the youth, to say, hey, I'm Snuneymuxw, this is where I come from, and I'm going to carry this with me no matter where I go in my life, my walk of life.
Thank you very much. We're going to look specifically at some of the dances later on and what the meaning is and the stories that are being told through the song and the dance. And I think that sense of pride shows. I get chills, and the audience here in the park gathered today, and it's really nice that you're sharing that with us. Thank you. We're going to be back with more after a short break. The Lonesome Road song from the Snuneymuxw First Nation dance group, A Night of Bowie, coming to Nanaimo and exploring Paradise Meadows. You're watching Go. You can't experience a First Nation dance without experiencing the costumes, and I'm struck by the costumes every time I see you perform. How does this play a part in the traditional dance, this costume?
There's always been costumes or regalia that's always been a part of what we do in traditional ceremony. But what the kids are wearing today are something extra special for them. It's been tailor-made specially for them, to all the measurements. But our young niece here, she's wearing a traditional sort of Cowichan knit dress. So I think of pictures that I see of the Cowichan dancers. They're wearing the knitted sort of thing. And that's some of her ties through her grandmother. And then my niece here, Julian, she has on a traditional paddle jackets. The paddles, they have nice sound to them. They are made out of different kinds of woods, maples, yellow cedar, different kind of hardwoods. That the harder the wood is, the louder the sound might be, the more paddles. But and then her paddle too. One of the paddles is like one of the greatest innovations of its time, because it allowed our people from walking from place to place to now traveling by canoe.
Okay, and we have the paddles represented here again, and there's some footwear or around the ankles.
Yes, my nephew is wearing leggings. In our language, we say skachitin, and so he's got the leggings there, and then on his ankles he has the deer hoofs, which they create sound when he's dancing. So they give off a good sound, and so if you hear the paddles and the hoofs moving together, they're in sync. And if they're in sync, then you know you're in sync when the song's going.
And as the body's moving, you are trying to get that sound in sync, and that's part of the movement.
That's right.
And this is an integral part.
Yes, the drum, hand drum. You think almost that when you see hand drum, or you think about it, you think it's traditional, but doesn't really predate back before contact. A lot of it was on wooden planks, and that was where the sound would come from. It wasn't until later on, after contact, that the hand drum actually came into play. But it gives nice sounds. Yes, my sister's holding paddles, traditional hand paddles. So a lot of the sound would come from wood on wood sounds.
Thank you again for sharing. From wood on wood sounds to the sounds of a full-scale technical production, it's A Night with Bowie. A Night of Bowie does take place at the Port Theatre September the 13th, 8 o'clock showing. You can get tickets through the Port Ticket Centre. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Brianna Wyse-Seward is one of the longest standing members of the Snuneymuxw First Nation dance group. What do you get out of it? You've been doing it for about 4 years.
I just love my culture, and it's a big healing part in my life, and I love seeing all the kids come participate.
Do you think it's more about what you get participating internally as compared to what you get by sharing it with the public and doing performances?
It's a big, it's a teaching. It gets passed down from one to the other, and it's just, the kids seem to love it, and the public loves watching the kids and seeing how much they love participating.
It is. It's magical to watch. What have you learned specifically?
Discipline.
That's a good thing to learn.
It's a big thing for culture, and just having fun.
Does it change the way you go out into the rest of your life and sort of look at the world when you're not actually with the group?
Sort of. It's different. Like, they acknowledge how powerful the feeling is when we perform, and we get a lot of compliments like, wow, your kids are so good.
And then you can carry that with you as you go out. Thank you for talking and for sharing the culture and the performance. Thank you very much. We're going to be back with more after a short break. Paul Wyse-Seward, we were just talking about how #1 in everybody's heart in Nanaimo, brings a smile wherever he goes, and an attitude of appreciation and gratefulness and peace and easygoing. So thank you for bringing that everywhere you go. We're going to get specific about a song, a dance, the Lonesome Road song that you performed today. What is the history behind that?
It was performed, it was composed by a gentleman within our community before contact, and you know, he always said, when you hear this song, you're gonna know that I'm here in the land, back with you, with all of the people. So, you know, when we sing that song, we know he hasn't left. His spirit is still here.
There's another bit with a different dance with a princess lying on the ground and the warriors surrounding her. What does that represent? What does that mean?
You know, we're kind of regenerating, you know, him with her lying down, or anybody that lies down when we do the performance. She's representing she lost her life, or he lost her life, and the warriors are gathering around her, and they're looking up into the sky, and then they, you know, they're raising their hands, you know, begging and pleading with the Creator to say, bring back this life. We want this life back. And you know, that's what the song is really saying, is we want you to stay.
It has a sad sound to me. Both of the numbers, all of the numbers that I've seen, numbers by performances. Is it a sad part of your tradition?
Yes and no. You know, when you use it in different ways or different performances, or you know, it's always about what suits the atmosphere at the time. You know, all the different songs that get composed or that we sing right now, they're songs that were made of either a sad time or a happy time.
And what language are they being sung in?
In Hokaminum, in Snuneymuxw, yeah, that's our Nanaimo language.
Okay. You asked the public to come and join you, and I heard someone say, what does it mean when you're doing this?
We're thanking everybody, you know, thanking everybody for the day, thanking the different people for coming and joining in. You know, and at the end you heard me say to raising my hands, thanking the ones that came and participated for not saying no. And most of them were elders, which was nice to see. And you know, for them getting the energy from all of these young children is going to be good for them, not only for today, but you know, for the rest of their time on this earth. And that's something that we all need to really look at. You know, the children have so much to offer. You know, it's not about us as adults teaching children, it's about us learning as well from children, because you know, my late grandfather would always say, you have to learn something new every day, one thing new every day to keep you on this earth. And yeah.
Thank you. I always feel like we're just getting started, and I know we're over time.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
so much. We're going to throw things over now to Marjorie Greaves. She is at Paradise Meadows, one of the gateways to Strathcona Park. Thomas is putting happy tears on me, and there's no set way of doing this. You're going with your vision and what you feel in this moment. And Paul is laughing at me because he says it doesn't come off. It does come off. It comes off.
With a lot of hard work.
With a lot of hard work. Thanks for watching this edition of Go Island, and thank you for being here with us today. We'll see you next time.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.